I know, we'll go for a walk in a minute, okay? Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming to you live from Mesa in Arizona with a very talkative dog tonight. Although now she's been very quiet. So how is your tune up Tuesday been? Hope you had a super fantastic sparkling day. How was your tune up Tuesday? Did you think more about how it is that you talk to your people, to yourself? We're talking about self talk right now. Did you Were you mindful of your thoughts today? Did you start looking at um, when you're talking to yourself, what language you are using? Are you using positive language or are you using negative language? Did you name your inner critic? Did you give that inner critic a name? I got so busy today, I didn't get a chance to do that, so I've got to go back and do that one. Um, did you start did you start thinking about ways that you can embrace the person that you are and acknowledge all the struggles that you have been through to get to where you are today, and just to be grateful for who you are and what you've gone through? There are times I'm so like, I wish all these challenges would stop, but then I'm like, I have to go through it when I'm in the middle of a situation or something, like a minute of a challenge that I know is going to be a challenge. Like when Brad was in hospital, so like, what is the end outcome of this going to be? Is he, am I going to be taking him home? Am I not going to be taking him home? Will he still be here in the morning when I come back in? So lots of different thoughts going through my head, and it was sort of like, no, I have to stay positive for him. I have to keep that dream alive for him. And we were making plans for trips to go on, where we were going to go. We'd even booked a cruise to do the Panama Canal the following March, and May. All that. Zeffy! There's another dog outside. Shani gets that vocal at the window like that when there's another dog outside. You can probably see them over in the dog park too. Um, Hang on, actually. This will keep her occupied for all of 30 seconds. These are Grandma Lucy's organic oven baked dog treats. This is the apple. He says, you smell like apple. Okay, you ready? Go find that one. And you can go find that one. And you can go find that one. Oops. And find that one. There we go. That'll keep her amused for the next 30 seconds while she goes and finds where I threw them. She has a general idea of the direction. It's just how good is her nose to take it, because she didn't actually see where they landed. She heard a couple of them, um, but we'll see. So self-talk. What is that self-talk that you're giving yourself? Are you planning things in advance? Are you turning around saying, we are going to go on this, we're going to do this? And, dreams and goals do change. Things happen where you have to change the deadlines and things like that. For example, this year I had a whole different trip planned as to what I actually ended up doing. I had this great American adventure planned. And then, of course, we had the global pause happen, which changed all my plans, because some states I couldn't drive through because all the campgrounds were closed, and there's no way I could have got through that state in a single day. Others were 14-day minimum stays at campgrounds. And so there was those sorts of things too. So where could I go? And the thing was is that those 14-day minimum stays in those closed campgrounds were all like in a row, so that took out that track that I was going to go. So it's are you adaptable? So so um, what are you doing to embrace who you are and where you're at and the amazing individual that you are right now? So that's what we were talking about this morning, because we're all unique. We weren't born to blend in. We were born to stand out. So embrace that. Be somebody who stands out. What are you going to stand out for? What legacy are you going to leave behind for future generations? Who are they going to look back to, and what are they going to see, and what are they going to talk about with you? So think about things like that. So today I got a couple of projects done, did some more research on a family tree. You know how much I love it, and I did set my timer because I did have Zoom calls to do today as well. Made a couple of really great connections today. Had a brand new connection, and then had a connection with somebody who I'd spoken to once before, but it was good to have that, but I hadn't spoken to for a while, so we had that reconnect. And I love those ones, especially when you haven't spoken for a while, because you're catching up with each other, and um, in different businesses at different times when we last spoke, and things have changed. So what changes have made? What adaptations have we had to make this year because of the global pause? So what adaptations have we had to make in our business and our lives? And so it was interesting to talk about that, and hear the different things. And there's a lot of similarities and stuff. And one of them that I got to reconnect with is a business coach. Well, hello, a business consultant. And one of the things you use is Strengths Finders. Well, Strengths Finders I did back when I used to work for Marriott. I came as part of the training department as one of the tools that they used in one of the classes that they taught. So they had the entire department take the strengths finders to find out what our strengths were. And this is where there's 34 different strengths, and they can be in any order, but it's based on the person and what questions you answer and that sort of thing. And it tells you what your top 5 strengths are, your top 10, and all 34. And I know that number 32 is my focus, so it's well down the list of my strengths. It's on my strengths, but it's number 32, uh, which explains a lot. So it was really good to reconnect that and be able to talk about them and know, because sometimes you're talking with somebody who is a consultant of some sort, and they talk about a program that they use when they are working with a company, doing team building or helping a company restructure, rebrand, or whatever. And you're like, oh, I don't know about that assessment. But it was good to be able to talk on an assessment that I knew about. I haven't looked at Strengths Finders in like over 10 years. But I still remember the fact that we had to take it, and I still remember what my top 3. I don't remember my top 5, but I remember my top 3. And so she's actually told me that I could actually go back to the company and get them to pull up my profile. So she said, because your profile is always there. And I said, but it's been like 12 or 13 years since I did the assessment. She said, it will still be there. And I thought, well, they won't be able to send it to the email address that I used to have because that one don't exist anymore. It hasn't existed for over 10 years. So she said, no, just give them a call up, give them all the information and everything else, and they should be able to look it up for you and find your profile. I'm like, that would be awesome, because I know I still have the whole report somewhere, and I have a physical copy, which will be in storage, and I have an electronic copy, but I can't find my electronic copy. So I'm definitely going to go and find some time in my thing to give them a call. And the really cool part is, my big news of the day, oh yes, I have big news of the day, is that I am staying right here on the site until March 2nd. So I called them up today, got extended the 61 days that they are allowing. And they allow us up to 61 days to stay at the $300 a month or whatever it is. And I'm able to stay up until the 2nd of March. So 2nd of March, I will finally be leaving this campground, although I will have to pack up and move Sparkles at some point because I do have to go get the propane tank filled, I think. I actually did ask the person that question. She goes, I don't know, when I asked her the question. I was like, really? And we never got the question answered, and I didn't get a chance to call back. So I will be calling the office again tomorrow to see if they have anybody that can come in and fill the propane tank here on site, or do I have to go for a drive in Sparkles and then come back again in order to get my propane tank filled. So I'm going to find that out for definite tomorrow. But the good news is I am staying in place until March 2nd. So those of you who have my Arizona address, it is good through until, I would say, February 20th will be a 15th, February 15th. That sounds like a good day. That gives you 13, 14, that gives you 2 weeks before I have to leave. So yeah, so if you have my Arizona address, you can send stuff here to the address that you already have for Arizona up until February 15th, because that'll allow time for any mail set after the 15th to get to me before I leave, so I don't have any mail arriving afterwards. So yeah, so I'm super excited about that. I don't have to move. And I even said to her, I says, now, do I have to move site? She says, no. She said, I've got you at the same site. She said, that site is available, and so you're on there. You can just stay there. You don't have to go anywhere. I'm like, yes. Yay, thank you. Because that was my big thing, is I really didn't want them to have to move, but so if I have to move, I have to move. But preference will be stay put. So we are staying put here. And I don't have to change addresses until February sometime, when I will hopefully get my permanent Arizona address. We're working on that. Got to find a place to live first before I can get a permanent address. And once I get that, it will all be good and all be golden, and we'll be like, yay! So anyway, that's my big news of the day, is I get to stay here until March 2nd. So my Arizona address is good until February 15th. February 15th, because then it's got 2 weeks after that for an email that's sent before February 15th to get to me before I leave. Oh, and then I got a package today too. So I had a friend who sent me samples for a company. She has these products that she sells, and she says, can I send you samples? I said, sure. I'm happy to try the samples and give you my feedback, not a problem. She sent them to me on October 28th. They arrived today. I sent her a picture of the cover and says, look what I just got. And she's like, I don't believe this. And I actually went back and had a look, and it was a USPS, it was United States Postal Service that came through. It had a tracking number on it, so I typed in the tracking number and to see what date it left. And it was like October 28th or 24th or something, but it was later part of October, and it had gone to Phoenix to be picked up by the USPS. Then somehow it had ended up in New York. We don't know how, but all of a sudden it got stuck. Like it said, it was in Phoenix for I don't remember how many days. I know I took a picture of it and sent it to her. It was absolutely it was I was cracking up laughing. So October 28th is when they sent it. Then it sat at the DHL had it sitting at the partner facility awaiting for USPS in Phoenix to pick it up on October 29th. Then all of a sudden in December 19th, it arrived in New York, and then it got returned to sender. Well, it got, hang on, what does it say here? Oh yeah, it said return to sender. And then the 21st, it arrived back at the New York distribution center. And then it departed on the 22nd. And then it arrived, the sample pack has been around. And then it arrived back in Phoenix on the 24th. And it got delivered, and it arrived at the distribution center in Mesa on the 26th, and it got delivered today on the 29th. So this sample package got delivered to Phoenix, went to New York for whatever reason, got sent back to Phoenix, and finally got to me. So it's only taken 2 months to get here. I thought that was hilarious. And the friend who had sent me the samples, she was shocked that it had finally arrived. So we're not even sure how it ended up on the other side of the country. So this package has been around. But hey, I got the samples. I can now try them. I can give her my feedback on them, and all will be good. So anyway, that's it from me for today. We're going to, the sunshine, we might have a good sunset tonight. There's a few clouds out there. Those really, really dark clouds we had, they've disappeared, and we've got spotty clouds out there. A few here, scattered clouds, a few here and there. Excuse me, nothing like the dark blankets that we had over this morning. But anyway, that's it from us for today. Have a super fantastic, sparkling rest of your Tune-Up Tuesday. I'm going to go take a PUPPY for a WALK to the PARK. She's pacing. She's pacing now. So you're going to take her over there because I have another call to be on in 45 minutes. Well, actually in 30 minutes because I'm going to be on early. But anyway, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. We will catch you guys tomorrow for Winning Wednesday. Hek konera.